Welcome everybody, welcome to the live stream. Happy Saturday. All right, I should put up an agenda for today. Welcome, hello. How do I quickly write one up and put it on screen? Oh yeah, I know. Let me do this. Okay, so topics for today. First we have Chinese democracy activist accused of spying. Free China. Lewis goes to Chinese visa office in the UK. Chinese diver found to be not that patriotic enough. And what else is? And I think that's good for today. All right, let me screen cap this and put it up. Hey everybody, welcome. Happy Saturday. Sorry, I'm just putting up a little picture of today's agenda real quick. Image. Browse. This one. Okay. Why is it so freaking small? Oops. Like it won't let me move it for some reason. Can I lock this and then move it? I hate OBS. Oh my gosh. Transform. Stretch the screen. Whoa. That is huge. Like, why won't it let me? This is so dumb. Okay, never mind. Maybe we won't do this. Okay, let's just talk about it. Okay, so, yeah, sorry about that. I wanted to do like a agenda thing, but it just won't let me change the sizing of it. Okay, so there's a Chinese, so 1989, right? Tiananmen Square protest. There was a lot of student leaders, and these people essentially went and became, over the years since then, becomes leaders in the democracy movement across the world. Many of them ended up in the United States. They actually got this visa from the U.S. government to come and get a green card, eventually naturalized as U.S. citizens. And one of them is this gentleman named Yuan Juntang. And he was pretty well known in the circle of Chinese democracy protests. But he was recently arrested and accused of spying for China, which is very interesting because normally you think that the last people who would be accused for spying for China are people in the democracy movement. But unfortunately, because after he became a naturalized U.S. citizen, he obviously missed his family in China, and he went back to China. And then he was basically spoken to by the Chinese Ministry of State Security. And they said that, if you work for us, gather information for us, then we will be able to let you see your family more often. So he was once the chairman of the China Democracy Party, which is a New York-based group founded by Wang Juntao, the leader of the Tiananmen Square protest. And but after he was accused of doing this, it really tells us that the Chinese Communist Party has infiltrated pretty much all aspects of like Chinese dissidents, including in the 1989 democracy protest. Because a lot of these people over the years, what happens is they get, because like if you really think about it, like human rights movements, democracy movements, it's a very tiring thing, right? And then over 2 decades, 3 decades, you kind of start to lose your almost like your grip or your like the heart of it, I guess you would call it. And this is really what happened with him. He went back to China. He wanted to see his families. The CCP used that to capture him, and now he has been working for the CCP. And then this is the CBS first reported this. He says here that investigators said Tang first sought opportunities to visit his family in 2018 and was ultimately introduced to an unnamed intelligence officer. The two allegedly began communicating, and the Chinese intelligence agent pushed Tang to collect information about PRC dissidents, pro-democracy events, and political asylum process, according to the court documents. It's really sad because you really don't know how many people have been approached by the CCP. There was a very famous case of it was a Chinese politician in Flushing, for even I think it was for the Democratic Party. Let me see if I can find it. Not Wrong Kin. What was his name? I can't find it, but like this almost relates to that. You remember the whole Chinese police station situation? That's a very like typical way, because so they have these overseas offices, right? And then they supposedly help them with visa problems for like Chinese people living in the US, in this case in New York City. And then what they do is they would say, you know, if you work for us, we can get you some stuff in China that you otherwise would have trouble with. So in the case of the police station, it's obviously so that like it helps with if they're doing business in China, those people that are doing the police station, they're able to get more deals done in China. They're able to get things done in China that otherwise wouldn't happen. In the case of this democracy protest leader, Yuan Juntang, he's basically able to see his family. And for a lot of people, like that feeling of being able to, you know, go see your family is actually pretty important. And I know it's sad because, you know, you live in the U.S. or wherever else for 30 years, and you don't get to see your family. I think for anybody that it's a very long time, and it's hard for them, right? Especially that emotional attachment. I think it's easy to be used by the CCP because they know that, you know, because a lot of times people think that, well, maybe we think of the Chinese Communist Party and whatever they do as sort of a very upfront, right, very aggressive terms, but they also have these very benign terms, which is used to capture people. Savala says, "Are we talking about honeypots?" No, this guy he wasn't honeypot trapped. He was. They used his family to basically get him to cooperate. Horilika says, Horilika consumer says, "Hey insider, what's your real name? We don't know how to refer to you." It's David. What do you mean by you don't know how to refer to my name? Those people don't want to have to see foreigners and feel as a foreigner for a very long time. Well, a lot of times I feel like the thing is they're not incorporated into society, right? America is a melting pot. You have to adopt to the American society. And so if your entire life is built on this idea of keeping or preserving what you have from China or any other country, it's very hard to be integrated into the American society, and so you often will feel alienated, and you feel like you don't have a lot of things associated to the society. And I think that's part of that, right? If you ask somebody who has lived in the U.S. for a very long time, they would probably like, and they have incorporated their sort of own cultural identity, but also the American identity. Yeah, then obviously it's harder. But if your whole family is back in China and you do this for 30 years and you don't see really the end of it, it's very easy to falter. Yeah, belonging, exactly. Okay, so that's that. And then let's talk about this one. This is from a channel called Free China from Lewis Huck. That's his name. If you haven't checked it out, he does a lot of these like street stuff in London, in the UK. And he recently had this video come out called Taiwan Visas at China's Visa Office. I guess not. So let's just watch this. It's pretty funny. Let me put it into full screen. Let's see here.
Taiwan #1.
No,
Sorry.
we don't have to.
This is a public place, my friend, and I'm filming a video.
No. Why can't you move to public place? That's another public place.
This is a public place.
Oh, God. You guys, please.
Don't touch the camera.
I'm begging. Why can't you move to public place over there?
Why can't you move to a private place in there? Because that's where you work. You don't work here. This is the pavement. Here we are outside China's visa office in London, you know. They're always saying how Taiwan is a part of China. So today, I'm going to go inside there and I'm going to ask them if I can get my Taiwan visa. Should be quite interesting. But anyway, first of all, just stand outside here with my lovely flag that represents a free and wonderful democratic country, and that country is called Taiwan. That country has way more in common with the UK than China does, and for some reason we're just so keen to keep doing business with China all the time, just because obviously money makes a difference, right? But we sort of neglect these countries that have way more in common with us, you know? And I think that we should be supporting Taiwan and recognizing Taiwan as a country. You've probably seen some videos of me going about with my Taiwan flag, but for those who don't, that's the reason why I do it, because Taiwan is a country, it's a free democratic country. The Taiwanese people do not want to be a part of China. Absolutely, they do not want to be a part of China. I've lived in Taiwan for several years, and every person that I met in Taiwan did not want to be a part of China. They wanted to be recognized as their own free and independent country, which is what they are.
最近很多外国人在中国，他们说台湾是中国的一部分。你同意吗？
不同意。
不同意。好，谢谢。我也不同意。
哎，谢谢。
不客气。
They have their own military, they have their own money, they have their own passport, they have their own government. They are essentially a country, you know. If you define a country, Taiwan should be right next to that definition, because Taiwan is absolutely a country. Okay, so yeah.
Yeah, Taiwan, like by any definition,
Visa
fits more
office.
like a country.
China Visa Office, China Visa Application Service Center. I'm going in to enemy territory.
They used to do. Yeah, but now you run independently.
Hi there. Is this where I get my visa for Taiwan? Can I get a Taiwan visa here?
No, it's only for like
Oh.
mainland China.
You can-
So Taiwan isn't a part of China?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were.
China wanted to, but not
China wants
That's
it.
a conflict there.
It's a conflict. Yeah, I thought this was where you got your visa for Taiwan.
No, they have the
Oh.
embassy. You just Google it. for
In the
Taiwan.
Taiwanese embassy. Oh,
Yeah, it's
okay.
China.
Oh, but anyway, like China's always saying Taiwan is a part of their territory. So you would think you would be able to get a Taiwan visa in the visa office for China, right?
They wanted to, but
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Very sensitive topic, isn't it?
Oh, okay. So I can't get a visa for Taiwan here.
Not here, no.
Okay, where would I go then?
Google it. Google it. We don't know about Google.
Google.
Yeah. They
Okay.
have an embassy, I think.
台湾不是中国的一部分，对不对？好，明白了。明白了。
She says Taiwan's
Yeah,
not part of
Taiwan,
China.
number one. Taiwan is not a part of China. Why would you guys go to China anyway? Okay, that was amazing. Did you get me? So Taiwan is not a part of China. I had a conversation with the woman there. She was also saying Taiwan isn't a part of China. And the guy at the desk was like, oh, it's a little bit sensitive. So yeah, but obviously Taiwan is not a part of China because you can't go to the visa office, the China visa office, and get a visa for Taiwan. And look, I got myself an interesting bit of Chinese propaganda. Well, not Chinese propaganda, China state-run media, China Daily. Oh my God, I can't wait to have a read of this later. This is going to be great. Cool. Well, anyway, it's time to get out the Taiwanese flag. So here we go.
Tier 1 trolling, exactly.
They didn't even want to be in the shot. That's interesting.
Horika says, I know that you probably believe in Taiwanese independence, but do you believe in the independence
like
of
this
other
flag?
nations inside China, like Hong Kong and Macau?
No.
I think everybody has a choice if they can vote freely for those, if that's what they decide, yeah, for sure.
Oh dear. Welcome to the China visa office. Have a good day. Not hurting anybody. Just represent. Okay. Let's make peace. We'll make peace this one time. Okay. All right, my man. Pakistan.
Yes.
Uh-oh. Okay. Let's make peace. We'll make.
I think at one point he gets kicked out. Yeah, there we go.
Check out my Patreon, check out the channel memberships, and have a good day. See you in the next one. Bye for now. Taiwan #1.
No,
Sorry.
we don't have to.
This is
We're
a
allowed to
public
film in
place, my
public.
friend, and I'm filming a video.
We're in a
Okay.
public place.
For what?
It
A
doesn't
video.
matter what.
It's none of your business what it's for. So anyway, we are making a video, and this guy is coming to tell us to stop filming. So why should I stop filming my
we're
video?
allowed to film in a public place. This is a public place. By law, we are allowed to film in a public place.
This is a public place.
Is it public place?
Yeah, you know,
Uh,
Oh,
You-
that's the
it's a
vicinity
pavement.
of somebody.
Who owns this Who owns this pavement then? Do you own the
God,
pavement? Okay, God, can I make a video, please? Can I make a video, God?
How are you, Fela?
I'm
You
good. I'm
okay?
all sorted now.
What are you doing? What are you doing?
Hold on. Why can't you move to public place? That's another public place.
This
over
is
there.
a public
Oh,
place.
God. Why can't you move to public place over there?
Why can't you move to a private place in there? Because that's where you work. You don't work here. This is the pavement.
Just move there.
Do you work on the pavement?
Let's look for peace.
He thinks he works
brother.
on the pavement.
Let's look for peace, brother. Please.
Okay, listen, because you're being a nice
Please.
guy, but first of all, right?
Please, I
listen,
beg you.
wait.
This is my source of income, brother.
Can you, listen, can you just listen to me,
Yeah.
right? Okay, there is no expectation of privacy in a public place. This is a public place. Listen, your
boss.
attitude from the start was, you come up to me, if you want to be a nice guy, be a nice guy, but you came up to me, you're like, you can't film here, you can't do that, you can't do this, this is not your right to film here, yeah?
1 hour later.
What do
Sure,
you want me
okay.
to say?
Just be nice.
Okay, which I'm nice, yeah?
Yeah, yeah.
You should be polite because you
I'm
come-
very polite now.
You're being
Please,
polite
okay,
now.
please,
You're being
please,
polite now.
Please,
Okay.
please,
You're-
please,
the reason
Christian, it's okay. Just let him
please,
talk.
please. I beg you, please.
Okay.
I'm begging you now, please.
Don't touch the camera.
I'm begging.
Yeah, yeah, but you can just move along then, can't you? Because we're here as well. Sure. Okay, but your colleague was very rude to us. Came up and told us we can't film in a public place. Yeah, which this is a public place. This is a footpath. We're filming a video. It's none of your business what we're doing. Well, it isn't, is it? Yeah. Okay. Well, you're right. You're allowed to ask a question, but I'm allowed to not tell you. Yeah. So it's really none of your business. So let me finish my video, and then I'll move along, and then this will be over. Okay. Okay. You can hear what I'm doing right now because I'm about to do my outro. Okay. Well, you'll hear. Listen. Use your ears. Okay. Okay, guys. So that's it for another video. Obviously, I'm here because Taiwan is not a part of China. This is the China Visa Office, and I am here to express my freedom of speech about a certain topic that I'm very passionate about. And that's all I wanted to do before these two security guards came up. I was ready to move along, and they just came up telling us to get the hell out of here, even though we're in, not you, your buddy here. Your colleague right here came up to us. Okay? So anyway, guys, don't forget to like, what? You're just trying to get a reaction out of me now. So anyway, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you all in the next one. Bye for now. No, leave it, leave it. You're rude.
That's so interesting. My gosh. So I obviously they work for the visa office, right? Oh, hey, it's free China. I was in the visa office the previous week, and he actually works at the front desk. Yeah, like these guys, they're obviously hired by that office. It's not like there's just some random security guards that come out of nowhere. I mean, the thing is, if Lewis was inside the office and he was filming this, that's clearly not right. But he wasn't. He was on the sidewalk, right? That's not part of, the sovereign land of China, because this isn't the embassy. This is a sidewalk. This is free. This is the British soil. So I don't know. But the thing is, like, the way they make it sound, the security guards they make it sound like that Lewis was taking away their job somehow by protesting, which is very strange. And he wasn't even protesting, let's be honest. He is more like he was just holding up a flag. And apparently that's offensive enough for them. Yeah, so the building itself is probably not even owned by China. Like, this is not the embassy, right? Very strange. They might be fired for his presence on the sidewalk. Breaking news, China claims more land, a sidewalk in London. That's true. Like Lewis said in the video, right? Nobody makes this a bigger issue than China itself. Jeremy Johnson says they may be forced to be physically, and that they would be at fault. Well, the thing is, like, the point, if he was causing a scene on the sidewalk, which he wasn't, he was filming his own video, and you saw it, he was about to leave, he was ready to do his outro, and these guys came, you know? Cool. Okay. Now let's talk about something else that's really funny. So if you guys don't know who this is, who I'm talking about, this is the recent Olympics champion for diving, this Chinese diver. Her name is Chuan Hongchan, and she basically got like all scores of tens on her dive. And so she won her gold medal this time again, and then she went back to China. And here's a video of her in an Apple store in China, okay? Okay, so she just bought an iPhone. Apparently it's for her mother. But upon seeing this video, Chinese internet basically went crazy because they're like, why don't you support domestic brands like Huawei? Why are you buying an Apple device? Okay. So there's comments like, oh, you don't know anything. Why are you like provoking trouble? Did you abandon the religion of domestic products? Why are you not supporting domestic? Huawei's better. Apple won't update the softwares, whatever. And they're like, it's not him. So basically, people got mad that the champion of Chinese diving, right, as the most patriotic you can be for athletes, you know, she was even in this video. She even shook Xi Jinping's hand. Let me show you here. Where is it? I think it's here. Sorry, I'm trying to find the video. Oh, yeah. This one. So this is Xi Jinping recently. That little girl right there, that's Chuan Hongchan. So, you know, the entire Chinese Olympic team was at the meeting place with Xi Jinping. And the little girl here is Chuan Hongchan. So then for people to find out that she's actually not loving domestic products, obviously they're very sad about that. But my thing is, like, if you think about it, pretty much the entire idea of loving Huawei is all for the money. Nobody really loves it. This is the first lady of China. She is using an iPhone, right? First lady of China using an iPhone. Definitely not loving domestic brands. This is the former foreign minister of China, also using an iPhone. Okay. Some people are like, oh, this is fake news. He's actually using a different phone for fun. No, look. This is the phone here, and he's still using an iPhone. So this is the foreign minister of China using an iPhone. And then this is like a Chinese action star, Wu Jing, the star of Wolf Warrior. Also using an iPhone to film. iPhone 14 Pro Max, I think it was. Yep, see, it's an iPhone. So all these people who apparently are so in love with their domestic brands are all using iPhones. Remember there was a whole thing, I don't know if you guys know this, but there was a whole thing, Gal Gadot. She was the ambassador for Huawei, right? But then she tweeted with the app for iPhone, and this I remember gained a lot of attention because Marcus Brownlee posted this, right? Excuse me. It's like everybody takes these brand deals from Huawei, and then they all decide to still use their iPhones. I think also. Huawei. Yeah, so Chinese actor and national hero Wu Jing slammed my netizens for being an iPhone user. So here he's posting with a iPhone 12 Pro Max. Right, he's like, so this guy is literally the representation of Chinese nationalism. I don't know. Is Winnie the Pooh also an iPhone enjoyer? Who knows? My bucket list says, hey, David, quick question. Do you live in China? No, I don't. It's almost like the iPhone isn't trash compared to Chinese products. Yeah, like the whole point of this like iPhone versus Huawei debate in China is that they use the idea of nationalism to sell the product, right? It's not that it actually is better or not or anything. Have a good one, Horuka. Yeah, exactly. All those people that take sponsorship and then still end up wearing Nike or Adidas, pretty interesting. I don't know. I've never seen Xi Jinping with an iPhone. I don't actually know if he even has a phone because I feel like he doesn't need it, unless maybe he's really into looking at Twitter too, because there was like a rumor that his daughter set him up with a Twitter account so that he can like see the outside world, get those public opinion about him. But that's again that's just a rumor, so it's probably not true, in my view. But yeah, so the fact that they're now ganging up on this little girl for using an iPhone, which she's buying for, her mother, it doesn't make sense at all, right? It's hypocritical. Xi's daughter did block. Yeah, so the account that allegedly belongs to Xi Jinping's daughter, she did block me, which is kind of sad because I was like still trying to kind of look through all of her previous posts to figure out if she is truly Xi's daughter, which I believe like yeah, she probably is. But that account has now been taken over by some other person. It's no longer, she doesn't run it anymore. Make another account. I did make another account to follow her, but the account itself no longer posts like it did before. So I think somebody else took over from her, and she doesn't use it anymore. Brandon says, "Oh man, I don't know the correct spelling, but doesn't China still have slaves working for iPhones?" So I don't know about that, but I do know that the people that work. So for a very long time. So Foxconn is the company, or in this case, they're called Hongpai Precision Industry. But Foxconn is the company that basically produces all the iPhones, right? They have what's called a peak season for iPhone production. Then they would actually hire a lot of people for a pretty decent amount of wage by today's standards in China to go work for them. Usually it's like before the summer ends because iPhones come out in November, right? So the production speeds up during the summer for hiring, obviously, and then it goes through the fall before the next reveal. And that's when people get to actually make a lot of money in China doing this. So they go on the assembly line, they work like 12 hours a day to make iPhones. But now the problem is because everything has been shifted to outside of China, including iPhone production, right? Because I think the iPhone 16 is going to be produced in India. India production, maybe. iPhone 16 Pro models to be assembled in India for the first time. Apple is making the 16 Pro and 16 Pro Max in India for the first time this year as it looks to diversify production beyond China, according to Bloomberg. That's very interesting. So I have the iPhone 15 Pro Max, but mine was not the Indian version. But I did know that they did start producing the 15, some of the models back in, last year already in India. Yeah, Foxconn's leaving China. Initially, the 16 Pro will be imported into the country, but Apple will start local assembly for both the domestic market and export shortly after launch in mid-September, once the new product introduction process is complete. Interesting. I don't know if this would apply to us living in the US and other countries, though, because I think China still has some parts of that production line for iPhones, that is. When is the launch of the iPhone 16 launch date? Okay, so pre-order is going to be in September. We'll go on sale Friday, September. He's convinced. So it's not actually true that it will go on sale in September. Apple Inc. is planning to hold its biggest product launch event of the year on September 10th. Okay, that's pretty early, actually. Brendan, so there is zero slave labor affiliated with iPhone. Is there workarounds and they just tell people they're ethically up to standards? So the thing about slave laborers is that I think what you're referring to are, say, people working in labor camps and re-education camps and concentration camps in Xinjiang. In those cases, what they usually produce are very cheap stuff. Like, for example, Halloween stuff, right? Around October, you see in many stores, you have these very cheap Halloween decorations. Those are made in these so-called slave labor camps. But there's no, like, if you're talking about a very regular production line, no, it's made by regular people in China. My bucket list says, what do you think it'll take for newer generations to overcome the corruption that comes with power? I probably sound like a bot. Are you referring to like the corruption within the party? If you don't root out the party, there's always going to be corruption because it goes hand in hand. When you have the communist officials, one of the points about being a communist official is corruption because everybody else is doing it. So why wouldn't you do it? So unless you can get rid of that entire system, which basically once you go into that system, it forces you to be corrupt because if you're not, you can't compete against those others who have been pulling their power through corruption. And so eventually you'll be washed out. So if you want to maintain power, you have to be corrupt. Guelo says, wages went up, but so did working hours, which led to a number of suicides in those factors. Yeah, there was many scandals of Foxconn workers basically ending because they couldn't take the pressure from it. All right, I think I'm going to end the stream a little early today and go and enjoy my weekend. Hope you guys do as well. Make sure to check out my videos if you haven't already. And also, before we end, let me go to my merch. So there's some problems with getting the merch to feature on the website. But if you're interested, we have all of our merch available now if you haven't checked it out already. The link is in the description, and I'll put it in the chat as well. If you want to support the channel, make sure to check these out. So we have some limited stuff. This shirt here is a limited edition shirt. It will be gone after, I believe, this month. And this hat that I'm wearing right now, the Tofu Drag Specialist hat, it's very nice. It's a bestseller right now for us. If you're looking for mugs, we have things like desk mat. We have a I Support Taiwan shirt, China CIA David shirt, and or you get this one here, which is the regular China Insider tee. So if you want to support the channel, check this out. The link is in the description. All right, have a good weekend, everybody. Bye-bye.